Agriculture, it is green gold. It's green gold. Where do you find this yellow gold? It's in the soil. Where do you find the green gold? It's in the soil. Where do you get money? It's always in the soil. Okay? It's always in the soil. Look at where now Africa is going. Everyone is promoting farming. Okay? Even if you are in the village, so long you've got water, seed is everywhere. God has put seed everywhere. Yes, seed is everywhere. You can get seed and you can grow your crops. You don't have to be fighting for crops from other countries to bring them, to import them here. No, we've got enough land here in Zambia where we can grow crops. So I would advise more youths to go into agriculture. Agriculture, if you look like Zambia, we've got enough water, we've got enough land. We are able to produce crops, our own crops right here. Look, we were importing potatoes from South Africa. You see, if Boya Bamba doesn't have, people have to import potatoes from South Africa. People have to import potatoes from Tanzania. But now, after the president also spoke to say, we can grow our own crops, we can grow our own potatoes, we can grow our own onions, we can grow our own tomatoes, name it. It's high time that we awake and we go flat out into agriculture and produce our own crops, so that even us at some point we can export in different countries. If we have a lot here, we are able to export. Okay. Yes, I would give an example. We used to grow wheat here. We used to export wheat. Yeah, just right on this farm here, we used to export wheat. Yes, we exported wheat to Zimbabwe, we exported wheat to South Africa. Soya beans, we also exported that side. Okay, if you look at farming, don't look at farming at a commercial scale level. There is what we call small scale farming, the medium scale farming, and the large scale farming. Who are the commercials? Now, in between the medium and the small scale farming, there are other farmers that fall in between. Okay, there are different types of farming. There is arable farming or pastoral farming, all those things. Yeah. So now you look at what you have on the ground. Don't stress yourself. Look at what you have on the ground. Farming is a long-term investment. Remember, we planted these potatoes. We have to wait for 3-4 months for us to harvest this crop and start selling it. So you need to have patience. Yeah. So I can say, start farming with what you have. Go to China, they don't have land, but they're able to produce crops, vegetables. How? They can use those sack bags. They just put soils there. You can grow your potatoes in the sack bag. You can grow your potatoes right there in the sack bag. You can grow your tomatoes there. You can do a backyard garden. Okay. You have now this time around, people are buying what we call farm plots. They just put a house in the corner, and the other, maybe a lima, an acre, people are doing what? Are growing crops. Where we are standing here, there is a best example of this lady here. That's her house there. Okay. She's that other part, that corner of the place where she's bought. Yes. She's able to do cabbages. Okay. She's able to do tomatoes there. Okay. And she's able to do onions. She's able to do watermelons. Okay. Yes. So you don't have to look at farming on the big scale where to say you have to wait, maybe I need to buy a tractor, I need to buy a combine, I need to have this thing. No. If you have water, you have land, you have energy, you have got seed, you're good to go.
That's amazing.
I'm Olen Monga, the manager of this farm. This farm is called Mechanization Farm. Yeah, which is located in Chilanga area, Lusaka, 500 meters off Kafue Road into the farm. Here we do livestock and we do crops on the farm. There were things that we are into on this farm, and we also do part of fish farming. Yeah, but not on the big scale, but on the small scale. This farm is 100 hectares plus.
100 hectares?
Yeah, that's how big this farm is. Yeah, it's 100 hectares plus, the whole total of this farm.
Okay.
Yes. Mostly what we do here, it's only crops, the field. We just come to the field here and work in this big field that we have here. And most of our workers, they go out to graze the animals, to escort them, then they bring them back. Those are the main activities that we have. And we also have a workshop. Okay. Where our machineries are being repaired, and everything is done at the workshop before they even come to this field here to work.
Okay,
yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I see you are young, strong,
yes,
and into farming. What really inspired you into farming?
Wow, a lot of young people, they don't like farming, to say. Yeah, but this is also called green gold.
Okay.
Yeah, this is green gold.
Okay.
Farmers are the people that are feeding each and every nation on this earth that we are in.
Okay.
Yeah, even just from the beginning, it was all about farming. When God created this world, there was a garden that was put there for man to dress the garden. And you see, in that garden, you would find crops, different types of crops there, and animals to look after. So I just got inspired when I was just young to see how these things are growing, and I was asking why people are going into farming. Yeah, so they used to tell us at school, and my parents used to tell us to say, farmers are the people that are feeding each and every nation.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And do you ever regret becoming a farmer?
No, I don't regret becoming a farmer. Actually, I enjoy being a farmer.
Okay.
Yeah, I enjoy being a farmer.
And when you are discussing with your peers, your colleagues,
okay,
how do they feel, or how do they react when they know that you are a farmer? When you tell them, "Oh, I'm a farmer."
Wow. At some time when I was choosing this career back in 2017, yes, when I was going to school to do agriculture, most of my friends, they looked down on me. They said, but why should you go for agriculture? You can do other courses. But now they admire me.
Okay.
Yeah, they admire me because they see now the results of being a farmer and the things that are done on the farm. Yes, and because farming is not something where you expect money there and then.
Okay.
You have to wait for a season. Then that's when you can have money. But most of the people, I think, they don't have that patience to wait for crops to grow 3 months, then you harvest, then you do all your things there for you to sell those crops. But per se, some of my friends are even telling me that they would want to also do farming. Okay. Yes, to the same school where I was. Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah.
So what crops do you have here?
Here in this field where we are standing around here, we have grown potatoes. Okay. Yes, the variety that is here, we have got 2 varieties in this same field that we have here. Okay. We have got Jerry, is one type of the varieties for potatoes, and we have got Donata. Yes.
So why do you have different varieties?
Wow, on this field, some years back, about 30 years back, yes, they used to grow potatoes on this field. We just don't know what kind of varieties they were growing at that time. It was 30 years some time back. Yeah, and it's after that long period, this is the first time that we are doing potatoes on this field. So we want to see, we are doing more of an experiment to see which one will perform better between Jerry and Donata in this type of soils that we have on this part of the land on this farm.
Okay. And what kind of soil do you have here?
These are clay loamy, but as you are going, because if you look at the topography of this field, the other parts are sloping. So the other part is a bit hilly, so there are rocks there, but most of it's clay loamy soil that we have here.
That's amazing. Yeah. And what size of land are you growing the potatoes?
Here we are just doing a 10 hectares land of potatoes that we are doing on this farm.
That's amazing. Yes. I see you have some hay as well.
Yeah, we also do, we grow roach grass on the other side.
Okay.
Yes, there is some fields. If you can check, there is a big portion of roach grass all the way up to down there.
Okay.
So this roach grass, we give it to our animals, and we also sell it to people that have got animals, the neighboring farmers that would want to buy our roach grass and give to their goats, to their cattle that they have on the farm.
Okay.
Also, it's not only for those animals. If you can check nearby us here, that is Ross Breeders.
Okay.
They are doing chickens there.
Okay.
So yeah, they come and buy the same roach grass from us. Then they use it as litter for their chicks there as they are growing their chickens there.
Okay, that's
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah.
And for the livestock, what livestock do you have here?
Here we've got goats, sheep, cattle, donkeys, and pigs. They're the ones that we have here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in terms of these livestock, which one is easier to maintain?
Wow. They're all easy to maintain. Yeah, I can give an example on this farm.
Okay.
Yeah, how we have managed. Yeah, I would give, let me say, first talk about pigs.
Okay.
Pigs, they are animals that eat a lot. That's how people know that pigs, they eat a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's a certain way you can manage pigs if you have got a big farm. Yeah, you can grow your own raw materials like maize, sorghum, sunflower. You can do also soya beans if you're able to do groundnuts. Those are the things that the pigs need, and you can only be buying concentrates from these companies like Novatech, Zambia, if they sell those things. But if you are able to grow those things, you see that it's easy to manage pigs. But for the goats and sheep, the ruminant animals and cattle, these are easy to manage. Reason being, if they are not in feedlot, they are on open land grazing.
Okay.
Their grazing is they just need someone to look after them. When they go to graze, then they bring them back in the crow, and then it's done.
Okay.
Yes.
That's amazing. And in terms of diseases, are there some diseases that are affecting those animals?
Yes, yeah, there are some diseases depending with the season that you are in. I would give an example. We are few months, we are in the rain season. Yes, there were diseases like foot rot that were affecting the animals, because their hooves become soft, and as they are growing, as they are going out there, they break, then they have sores there. But we manage, we treat those wounds. Yeah. And there are just few operations that you can do to animals so that you don't have these diseases affecting you.
Okay.
Yeah. You need to spray your animals, you need to dip your animals. Yes, and make sure that even the pastures where they are going to graze, yeah, you need to make sure that the pastures are okay for the animals to graze there, because during rain season, that's when we can say the beginning of life of everything.
Okay.
Yeah, plants, that's when they sprout. That's when you find worms also, the snails also laying eggs during the rain season, because why? You have a lot of food, so a lot of animals, they can survive. So as animals are going to graze there, they are also, as they are grazing there are worms on the grass that the snails have laid there, maybe other small insects that have laid there. So you are better off to deworm your animals so that they are not affected by those worms that they graze together as they are eating there.
So in terms of deworming, how often do you deworm the animals?
Okay, depending which animals you're asking. If we say pigs,
okay,
yeah, pigs, we deworm them every after 3 months. You can deworm them every after 90 days. You can deworm a pig. These like the free grazing animals, we say the ruminant animals, the cattle, goats, and the sheep. Yeah, you can do them even after a month once you see, because there are symptoms that you see, because you are taught, academically you are taught, at the end of the season or the beginning of the season, you need to deworm your animals, okay? But you wouldn't wait for the season to end if you have seen certain symptoms. Okay. Yes, certain signs, because if you look at sheep, goats, you see a lot of mucus coming out from their nostrils, then they will be coughing, then you know that these are symptoms of that they have got worms. Some, they lose their body conditions. So you make sure that you deworm. Okay. Yes, you deworm. So for us, we don't wait at the end of the season. Sometimes we do it after a month, we deworm them. Yes, depending on the season. Yes.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah.
In terms of water management, I know it's a big challenge because you have livestock and crops.
Okay.
How do you manage water in such a large farm?
Okay. On this farm, I can say we are blessed because we have got a lot of underground water on this farm.
Okay.
Yes, there are a lot of underground streams that are passing through this farm. Yes, we have got a lot of boreholes on this farm. Yes, near each and every point of this farm, there's a borehole. Okay. Yeah, like this side on this field, it's being sustained with the water of the boreholes that we have put down as you go, because there are a lot of this field where we are standing. It's a 50-hectare field.
Okay.
Yes, it's radius 50 hectares of this field. At the end that side, there are boreholes that we have put there and different sizes of pumps.
Okay.
Yes, there are other pumps that are 15 horsepower, some are 25 horsepower, some are 10 horsepower. They're the ones that are supplying water. Okay, to this field. And not only to this field, we have got pipes that are running from that point going to the reservoir or the dam that is behind us there. Where we are coming from, yes. So that if we are not watering anything here, we are able to pump water from that point to that side. Again, this side, again, we have got some boreholes that are able to pump water into that dam. So it's very easy for us to have water in the field and very easy for us to give animals the water because there is abundance of water around there.
Okay,
yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And for the livestock, how many cows do you have here?
Well, basically now we were at 200, but we sold some. Yeah, so we are remaining at 63.
Okay.
Yes, we are remaining at 63, and these mostly are females that are calving down. Okay. Yes, the mothers that we have there together with the calves that are there. So that number is there, and we only have 3 bulls that we are using here of different.
Are you breeding for beef or for?
We are doing beef here.
For beef.
Yes.
And so, what species of cows do you have here?
Oh, the breeds here that we have got Tuli, we have got the Boran, and then we have got the Brahman. Also, yeah, and the Sussex that we have.
Sussex.
Those are the bulls that we are using to breed the Tuli females that we have here. Okay. Yes.
And the pigs, how many pigs do you have?
Pigs, currently we sold most of them because this is the season that we are now selling most of our sheep, our goats, and our animals per se. Yeah, currently we are standing at about 85, somewhere there. Yeah, because some they are giving birth. Yes, yeah, they are giving birth now.
Which of these is the fastest animals to raise?
To raise pigs.
Pigs.
Yes.
So how fast can I raise pigs? 6
months. You're supposed to be selling your pigs. I would give an example of this farm where we are. We wean our piglets when they are at 1 month old. Okay. Which is 4 weeks.
Okay.
Yes, we wean them from the mothers. Then we rest there, the females. Okay. Then we are not doing AI here. We are just doing the straight breeding. Okay. Yeah, we were using a bull. We are not doing AI. We used to do AI in breeding of pigs, but we stopped. Yeah. So at 1 month, we wean the piglets. We rest the mothers, those sows there. Then as they are growing, we start giving them feed. By the way, we compound our own feed here. We just buy a few things, then we compound our own feed here. Okay. Yes. So we raise them. We make sure that our pigs, by the time they are reaching 5 months, okay, the time they are reaching 5 months, they are 75 kgs and above.
In 5 months?
5 months. So by the time you are reaching 6 months, the first week of 6 months, into the 60th week, the first weeks, those 2 weeks there, we make sure that within the group that we have, those porkers, we need to have something that is weighing at least, the least should be 90 kgs or 85. Then the highest should be 125 or 130, somewhere there, within 6 months. Okay. Because you can't keep pigs more than 6 months, then you're going into a loss. Remember, they eat a lot.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's really, really amazing. Pigs, goats, sheep, and cows.
Yeah.
Which one do you prefer to keep?
As for my own or for
if you were given the opportunity to choose?
If I was to be given the opportunity to choose, I would pick 3. Yeah, which is cattle, sheep, and goats.
Why those 3?
They're easy to manage if you are starting. Yes, because pigs, they need a lot of your financial capacity in pigs supposed to be that strong. Yes, unless, like I said, you have a big farm, then you are able to grow those things that you compound your own feed and feed the animals.
So you guys are producing your own hay and bale here.
Yes.
How is the process of bale production like?
So the bales that you are seeing there, that hay grass there, that grass there, it's called Rhodes grass.
Rhodes grass.
Yes.
Okay.
You can find the seed here, the nearest here, because we are just near Lusaka here, by Livestock Services. Yes, at showground, you can get the seed. But most of the seed, we got it from our some of the farmers, our friend farmers. Yes, that were doing a large scale on just on Rhodes grass. Yes, in Zambia. They're the ones that showed us the seed that we planted here. So this is grass. Yeah, Rhodes grass. This is grass. Once you plant, like us, from the time that we have planted, this is the third harvest that we are doing from the time that we've planted our seed.
Okay.
Yes.
And how long does it take?
We can say we just wait for this. When the rain comes, then they'll sprout, they'll grow. When the rains go, that's about 5 months. Yes, 5 months, because you count from maybe October, somewhere there. Some they'll start counting from November, some December, somewhere there. But all in all, it's 5-6 months. Then you see that your grass is ready. But in this same grass that we grow here, we don't just broadcast it, then we just leave it there. We put fertilizer there, urea, for it, yeah, for it to grow. Yeah, we put fertilizer there. We also spray that grass because fungal also attacks that same grass there. So we do spraying of the fungal spraying for the grass so that it's not attacked by the fungal diseases that are there.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I see this large machine around.
Okay.
Pivot?
Yeah, so this one is called the center pivot.
The center pivot.
Yes.
Why called center pivot?
Wow. Why it's called the center pivot?
Because center of your farm.
It's on the center of the field. That's where it is. Okay? Because like you can see, this one is a 7-tower center pivot. Okay. And the make for this one is a Valley from United States. Yes, this is Valley from United States. Yeah, so this one is a 7-tower, and it's the one that we use to water this all land, the 50-hectare land radius around us. Okay. Yes, so it's where the source, where it's turning from, and where it's getting water to go through these lines. Okay. Yes, it's right on the center there. That's where even the control panels are to run this machine. Okay. Yes. So this is actually better than the irrigation system, or it's more expensive to irrigate the entire farm? In farming, we look at the financial capacity that you have. Yeah. Okay. If you are able to manage to buy this one, though they are quite expensive, these things. Yeah, they're quite expensive. Yeah, just like these guys, this farm, we are commercial farmers. Yes. Yeah, so for commercial farmers, this one is ideal. It's good for you to use. Reason why? You don't have to be walking in your field, pulling pipes, you know, those sprinklers, yeah, carrying them and taking them to another portion. You know, it's so stressful. But for this one, you are able to water the whole 50 hectares minus you going into the field. Okay. Yeah. So does it move, or there's a vehicle that is pulling it? No, this thing it's moving. So if you can see, this is the motor that is here. Okay. This is the motor. So each and every tower, it has got its own motor. Okay. These motors are of different speed, because this machine doesn't move at the same time. Okay. So each tower moves at a certain time. Okay. So that's why you've seen there are these motors of different speed, and this thing works with electricity. Okay. That's why you can see this cable here. These are drop down cables. There is a main line of a cable that is passing on top from that point, from the center there to the end tower that side. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. That's amazing. You see why
we must encourage more young people to get involved in farming, because farming is no longer like in the past where you need to use this
hose to dig,
carry water on the bucket and to water the entire field.
Yes.
Everything now is mechanized, and I'm sure you guys use machineries to plow this entire field.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we use, like, if you can see these ridges, they were not made by those hoes, people who came here and start making these ridges. From the point of the land preparation of this field, it was all machinery.
Yes.
We brought in a ripper to rip in this field. After the ripper there, we brought in the plowed this field. Then we came in with a plowing disc. We disked this field. Okay. A disc harrow. From there we brought in a corn scale. We made sure that before a corn scale, we brought in what we call a roller to break these big clods, because you know, after when you disc the field, there are those big clods that because you know you pulverize the soil. Yeah, so you bring in the roller is the one that breaks all those clods there. Then you can come in with a corn scale that will further break down those clods and remove the grass, that is, to rake the grass out of this field. Then from there you come in with other machines. Like for us, we came in with a lime spreader. We are putting gypsum before we put in the potatoes in the soils.
Why is that so?
So the gypsum there, it also helps in killing the white grubs that are eating the potatoes there.
Okay.
Yes, and also the termites.
Okay.
Yes, because you know termites are always in the soil. Yeah. So that one will help. Also, gypsum, because it's lime, it's agriculture lime, so it will also help to balance the alkalinity, the pH of this field. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah. So
farming is science.
Yeah, it's pure science. Yeah. So gypsum with the lime spreader. Then from there again we came in with a disc harrow. Again we make sure that we incorporate that lime again in the soil. Then we came in with a Vicon with a tractor again, you see, a Vicon that sprayed the D-compound in the field. Then again we came in with a tractor again to further cover the fertilizer in the soil. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
This is amazing. And how long does the potato take before maturity?
Yeah, it's just 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah, 3 months you're supposed to be harvesting.
After 3 months,
yes.
What happens to the harvest here?
Okay, so like here, when we harvest, there are already companies that are on the ground that are buying our potatoes. There are other people who are coming as far as Livingstone to come and buy our potatoes here. Okay. Some are coming as far as Copperbelt. Yes, they will come and buy from us here, then they will take it and sell it that side.
Wow, yes. This must be premium potatoes.
Yeah, this is a good potato, because it's not the first time that we are doing potatoes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So, my brother, are there some challenges you face here
on this farm? On this farm?
Yes.
Right on this farm?
Yes.
Wow. I wouldn't love to go in those lines, but anyways, you've asked. If you look at mostly in farms, it's now that most of the educated people now are going into farming. Yeah. Farming is quite stressful. You need to be someone that has got heart. Okay, you need to be someone that has got a heart. I know a farmer, I will not mention.
Yes.
They had done 15 hectares of potatoes. Not even a seed sprouted came from the ground.
Wow.
A bag of potato, a 25 kg seed, it's it's 850 kwacha. Now, if you are to look how many you need to put in a 15 hectare, you need more than 7 tons of seed to put in the soil.
Capital intensive.
But that seed never came out. Okay?
Yeah.
So patience, because you might go into depression and die. Okay? So there is what we call certainties and uncertainties in farming. Sometimes you have your seed, well, everything is okay. You give people to go and plant. The same people that you give to go and plant, they start stealing your seed. You have a shortage of seed. Sometimes they'll steal your fertilizer. They'll come and report to you to say, no, we have got a shortage of fertilizer. After you have done your calibrations and your calculation to say, okay, this 10 hectares will do maybe 3 tons of decompound, 3 tons of urea. Then you find that you are short of a ton of fertilizer. Where has it gone? There's no trace. Okay? So you don't give up from there. Sometimes you grow your crops, then drought comes. Okay? The crops die. You don't give up. You keep on. You keep on. So it needs patience. Challenges are there. You grow your crops like this field. We've grown crops. Okay? There is potatoes here. Okay? We don't expect to harvest everything from this field. Why? They are thieves. When we are sleeping at night, there are people that will see an opportunity to come and dig out the potatoes and take to their homes. Some they'll sell it, whatever they'll do with the potatoes. Okay? Sometimes there could be insects that would damage other seed there. You have to do what? To replant again the field. Yeah. Yes, you remember there are white grubs there, okay, that are going to eat. There are also other insects that are eating there. Well, what do we call them? In the local languages, we call them the bongololo. They're those like millipede black insects with a lot of legs, yeah? They also eat potato seed. Oh. Yes. Okay. So there are also insects that are eating this same seed. Sometimes you might find maybe the other portion is attacked maybe by fungal. Okay, you don't give up and say, I'm going to stop to be a farmer. No, you keep on. Challenges are there in everything that you do. In every crop that you are going to grow, challenges are there. Yes.
Wow, that's impressive. So to you, what has been the most rewarding part of your journey as a farmer? That wow moment where you say, wow.
Wow, as a farmer, I grew up on a farm, so there are moments where when you come to the field and you look at how the crops are growing, you may say, yeah, I think we have done something here. After that, you look at the yield. Okay, when you look at how many tons you have harvested from that particular field, you are able to sit down and smile and say, yeah, we have achieved something. And what's the next step now? Let's increase. Okay, we are always looking at increasing. Yes. So most of the times is when we look at the yield, how much we have harvested per hectare, how many tons we are getting of different crops. If we look at let's say on the livestock, because cattle, it's 2.5 years. That's when you have to sell. So now within the 2 years period, there are a lot of things that are happening there. Yeah. There are some that will be sick. You have to buy drugs. You need to make sure that you keep them alive until the point that we are going to sell them as beef. Okay? So when you are offloading now the animals, maybe to these companies that are buying animals for meat products, you look how big the number that you are selling. You're even smiling. You say, yeah. Those are the moments when I sit down and when we start calculating the costs that we have invested and looking at the outcome, we are all happy and smiling. Yeah. So those are the moments when we are selling off now on the farm. Those are the times now when we look and say, wow, we've done and we have achieved what we wanted, the goal. Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
My brother, for our viewers out there,
yes,
who are interested in starting something like this,
okay,
or starting a farm, what are the basic things they need to have in mind before getting into this business? Okay.
Let me just give a brief history of this farm. This farm didn't start yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't start yesterday. This farm, it was there in 1902.
Okay.
Yes.
Were you also there?
No, I wasn't there. Just born mid-90s, yeah. Yeah, so 1902.
Yeah, okay.
Before even this country got independence.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a long time.
A long time ago, yeah. So, these guys, they were developing this farm, bit by bit, bit by bit, bit by bit, until to this point where we are. Now, I can say we have even reduced the production on this farm, because there was a point in 2005, we used to have that big portion, about 20 hectares plus. It was a banana plantation.
Okay.
Yes, banana plantation. You look at the fields around, there used to be soybeans, there used to be sorghum, there used to be wheat, all those crops, cash crops that we used to grow on this farm on the large scale. Okay. Now, when you want to reach to that level, you need to start small. Now you need to bear in mind certainties and uncertainties. Okay? You need to take certain risks. Okay? You need to take certain risks. Go on the ground to these big farmers and learn from them. Okay? Because each and every farmer right now, to reach where they are now, they came from somewhere. They will tell you the challenges that are found on the ground.
Okay.
Yes, they will tell you the challenges that are found on the ground. Okay? So, have more time to go in farms and learn from the farmers what they have achieved, the challenges they have faced out there for them to reach where they are. Okay? It's not that they just reached there and there are no challenges here that they faced. No, there were a lot. There was a time, this field, the 50 hectares of wheat, it was burnt.
Oh.
The whole field, it was burnt when we were still on this farm.
Oh.
And nothing. Now imagine there was fertilizer there were chemicals there was water that was there, labor and everything, and nothing was harvested. Everything burnt to ashes. You see? But we didn't give up. We kept on. We said, okay, it has happened. Okay, it has happened. Let's keep on. Yeah. So what's the next step? Let's prepare the land, put in another seed, then we keep on growing. Yeah, because it is burnt to ashes. We can't harvest anything from the ashes. Yeah. So learn from the farmers and the mistakes that they have done when they were growing in their farming, the farm life journey. Learn the mistakes that they have done there. Look at the challenges that they are facing out there. You learn from them. Okay. Don't be afraid of what they are faced to say, even me, I'm going to face that. No. You might not encounter the same challenges. Maybe yours might be different. Yes.
Or even worse.
Yeah, yours can be even worse, but you don't give up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't give up. Yeah. You might want to start cabbages, and the whole field is attacked by the BD insect, the diamond moth insect. You don't give up. You ask, guys, what was there? And then the other thing, if don't have one enterprise on the farm.
Okay.
Yes. Don't have one enterprise on the farm.
Okay.
Look at this farm. If this enterprise of crops fails, it will be cushioned by maybe the fisheries. It will be cushioned by the livestock that side. If that side fails, it will be cushioned by this. So don't just invest in one. Have maybe 2 or 3 enterprises, depending on your financial capacity that you have. Okay. Do onions, do cabbages, do 300 heads of cabbages, do 200 plants of tomatoes. Yes. And maybe other crops. Maybe the cabbages fails. This other enterprise will do what? Will cushion the other one. Okay?
Amazing.
Maybe the other side, you've got chickens the other side. Okay? You get the manure, you put into your crops. Yes. You have another space where there is nothing that is happening there, why don't you do a small pond and you put fish there?
Okay.
So that one side it fails, the other side it cushions the other side. So I don't want to speak like a motivational speaker, but I'm speaking from what I've experienced. Yeah, the farming experience. Yeah, because there are challenges there. That's why I'm saying don't have one. You might stop. If you have got one and it fails, you will stop.
Yeah,
you will stop. Definitely you will stop. Yeah, but if you have got a lot, you are able to go back to the drawing board and look and say, okay, where did we go wrong? Yeah, okay, so we still have got some money from the other enterprise that we can use as capital to revamp this one which has failed. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So those are the things or the advice that I can give to the farmers out there, that they shouldn't be afraid. Farming is something that is evolving. Yes, and you need always to be there. You need always to be there. I'll give you an example. Very few whites that stay away from their farms. Where the white is, that's where his farm is. Yes. So try by all means also you to be on the farm where you are doing your activities on the farm, so that you are able to supervise and see exactly what is going on the farm, than getting just reports. They might be giving you wrong reports. Yes, on the farm. They will tell you things are doing well while they are not doing well. They might tell you, say we have got 300 chickens on the farm, while they have got less than 50 chickens on the farm. Yes, so you need to be there. Yeah, to be present there.
Okay, my brother.
Yeah. Okay, so these are hay bales. They were made from two different machines which were baling these, which were making these bales. Yeah. So if you can see the sizes, this one is smaller than this one. Okay. So this one, it was a different machine, and this one was a different machine that was making. Now, you can buy the machine depending on the size of the bales that you want, and also the shape that you want to make the bales.
Okay.
So even the weight, this one, it may be it looks small, but it's heavier than this one. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, this one it looks small in size, but it's compacted. The grass is compacted there, and it's more heavier than this one, which looks bigger than the other one. So even when we are selling these two bales, they're of the different prices. Okay. This one is going at 800 kwacha one, and this one is going at 700 kwacha one.
Okay.
Yes, so you can buy these things, these bales for your animals. Once you buy them, you take them either for your goats, for your sheep. Then you can sprinkle molasses there. You can put also salt there, coarse salt, so the animals, as they're eating, they are enjoying. But make sure that you cut these strings. Yeah, don't let the animals eat together with the strings. So you just cut. Some, they have got some cage where they have made where they can just take the hay bale and put it there. Then the animals will be grazing there. Yes, so that you prevent the losses of the grass. You want everything to be consumed by your animal.
And what is the mass for this?
This one, it's 186 kgs. This one is 152 kgs. Okay. Yes.
That's amazing. And how long can these bales last?
These ones, you can keep them for 2 years. This is grass.
I keep for 2 years?
Yes, you can keep them for 2 years. This is grass. And your animals will be eating and they'll be enjoying it. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We sell these bales the winter. Yeah, because summer, you know that rains has started. Yeah, so winter, that's when you sell more of these, because you know now there is just dry grass everywhere, and maybe the grass, the animals would have eaten every grass there. Yeah, so this is now when you go in now, you start supplementing the animals with the hay bales from there.
Okay. These are very heavy. Oh,
these are quite heavy.
Push them.
Yeah, you can even push them when you want to load them in the truck. You just make them lie down, then you just throw them like a drum.
And you can carry one of these.
No, these are too heavy. You need a crane for you to carry this one. Yeah, you need a crane for you to carry this one. Yeah, and a lot of people to carry this one. So if you can check, this one is heavier than that one. That one is a bit lighter than this one. Yeah. It's big, but it's
this one is fully compacted.
Fully compacted, this one than that one. Yeah, that one is just big and it's not compacted. Okay. But this one, you know that, because just this, if you are to put for goats, it's not that they'll finish this thing in one day. No, they'll not finish it in one day. There's a lot of grass that is there. Yes, there's a lot of grass there. So depending with the number of goats that you put there, they can go 1 week there eating this. Yes.
Okay. My brother, thank you so much.
All right. So if you want to learn more, feel free to come on this farm and teach you.
For sure.
And you have an experience with what we are doing on the farm.
For sure. Yes. Are you guys open for like training to young or aspiring farmers? Actually,
we just allow students that are doing agriculture to come on attachments. Like right now, we have got 26 students. They're not coming from the same school.
Okay.
We have got some from Zenith Institute, which is in Kafue. We have got some coming as far as Katete College of Agriculture in Eastern Province. Okay. We have got some that are coming from NRDC, the famous NRDC, the school where I was, just here in Lusaka. We also some coming from Rockview University, also that are doing agriculture. They are also here and they're having an experience of what we are doing here on this farm. So we make sure that on the animals there, they do the castration, they do the giving of injections. So if they are sick, the animals, compounding of feed, we bring them here, they know what's done on the potato field. We explain to them what's the reason why we have got this and why we are selling this and which people can buy this, so that what kind of animals do they keep on the farm so that they can buy this and feed their animals.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It was an amazing discussion with you.
All right.
We wish you the very best in your farming business.
Thank you very much.
Every other agriculture endeavor. It's been a pleasure, my brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. You're welcome.
Dear viewers, you heard it all from the farm master with so much experience and knowledge in the farming business. Get yourself involved in farming. Farming is capital intensive, but please start small and be physically present in your farm. Thank you for watching. If you are new to our channel, kindly subscribe, click the notification bell, like, comment, so you never miss an episode on agriculture that matters. Until then, peace.